Welcome to Dr. K Speaks. I'm Dr. K, and while I am a clinical psychologist, this video is not intended as clinical advice. It is only for those who are interested in self-education to better themselves. Key number 5, take responsibility for your anxiety and your own choices. Don't blame somebody else for the way that you feel. For example, that person makes me feel anxiety every time they come around. Rather than saying that person makes you feel anxiety, ask yourself, why do you feel anxiety relative to that person when they come around? Is that person disrespectful to you? Does that person say mean things to you? And is that what triggers your anxiety? And if that triggers your anxiety, then it's going to be important for you to ask yourself, why do you continue to engage with that person, to interact with that person, if they're treating you in ways that do not value you? It's important to know that you have a choice. You don't have to be around that person. You are choosing to be around that person. You can choose not to be around that person. You can even choose to limit contact with that person. Say if that person is a family member, like a parent that you need to go around and take care of to make sure that they're okay. You can set boundaries with that person, but it is a choice for you to be around that person. Just even recognizing that you have a choice can actually reduce some of your anxiety. When you acknowledge that it is you who is making the choice that contributes to how you feel, that is so empowering, because now you know that you can make a different choice. If you make a choice that's moving you in the direction of your highest good, then you are definitely gonna feel better. Remember that when one door closes, another door always opens. Key number 6, focus on those things that you can control and take action. Focusing on things that you can't control is a waste of your time and energy, and it can cause your anxiety to soar. You might want to reflect on the serenity prayer when you don't know what changes to make. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God is always there to help us all. During times of confusion, you can ask for understanding. During times when you don't know what to do, you can ask for guidance, and God will always be there for you. If you are emotionally distressed, you can ask for peace. When things are going well, still talk to God. Try to always have the attitude of gratitude. You can wake up in the morning and identify 5 things that you are grateful for. A lot of times we take for granted that we can see because some people can't see. So you can say, God, I am grateful that I can see. When you have a strong relationship with God, the creator of all things, and you follow that guidance, that will definitely decrease your anxiety. Key number 7, practice being in the present moment. A lot of people with anxiety focus on the future, but they look at it from a doom and gloom perspective. If you keep yourself in the present moment, just only focusing on what's here, then that will definitely decrease your anxiety. It is important to know that the brain doesn't know what's real or what's not real. The brain is only designed to give you an emotional experience based upon the thoughts that you're focused on. So if you're focused on some doom and gloom scenario where you got Hollywood going on all up in your head, you're going to experience a whole lot of anxiety over some situation that's not even true. I'm reminded of this story by Winston Churchill. It's a story about an old man who was laying on his deathbed, and he was reflecting back on his life. And that story goes, when I look back on all these worries, I remember the story of the old man who said on his deathbed that he had had a lot of trouble in his life, most of which never happened. Finally, key number 8. If you have done everything that you possibly can to get rid of your anxiety and it is still there having a negative impact on your life, then it is important to seek help. You can talk to a therapist. You can go see a psychiatrist. The therapist will work with you to help you to understand why you're doing what you're doing and to help you to develop tools and strategies to implement so that you're no longer doing those things that are creating distress for your life. The psychiatrist, and in some states a nurse practitioner, and even just your regular medical doctor will prescribe medication for you, maybe an anti-anxiety medication, and then you take that as prescribed. What I do recommend though, because a pill is not a skill, that even if you get on medication, go see a therapist. Because a pill is not a skill. You can take the medication, but if you're still focusing on thinking, and making poor choices that have negative impacts in your life, then you're going to still be distraught, even though the medication is there to help. And if you're not working on yourself, then you're going to miss out on the possibility of your provider titrating your medication down to the point of perhaps weaning you off. Some people on medication work on themselves so that they can have the hope of one day getting off the medication, and some people on medication don't work on themselves. How you approach your treatment is up to you. The choice is yours. Thank you for listening, and if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then please subscribe so that you can be aware of all of the other videos that I've already uploaded and ones that I will continue to post on how to become the highest version of yourself. Thank you.